everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody. I'm here today, which is Sunday, the 26th of February, with a little bit of a bonus video for you. Now, this was actually the third layout I did, excuse me, using my stash kit number 2 that I created for 2017, and I added a few of these papers. As you could see, I'm using the stash kit, but I wanted to pull in one of these pink papers to use kind of as my base for this layout. Now this one actually is a bit of a filler page, which is why it's a bonus video. I don't have any photos on this one, so I didn't want to use it as a main, like a regular post for my Stash Kit Saturday, so I'm just going to treat it as a bit of a bonus video. And I do have another one that's going to go up next Sunday as well, if all things go as planned. Hopefully they do, but you know how things go sometimes. So after I cut all this apart, I realized, oh crap, I don't know how this paper goes back together, and it took me a minute to kind of finagle it back in the right direction. But here we go. This is the way that it is. And I apologize. I'm really congested and have a very itchy throat, so I'm going to try to get through this. First thing I do, just like I do all of my Project Life pages, I measure the middle row according to a Becky Higgins branded Project Life card, and then round the corners. Just in the middle row though, I keep the 4x6 pockets still with the squared corners, and I usually base the 4x6 pockets on white cardstock, but since this is a filler page, it's the very it's one of the filler pages for my 2015 albums. I always have a filler page at the beginning and at the end, and since I have 2 albums for 2015, I need 4 filler pages. So I did this one, and then I have another one next week, and then I think I have another one. I think I already had one done. I'm gonna have to go back and check just to be sure, but I'm trying to finish out that album, and these filler pages are some of those things that I need to get done before the album will be complete, obviously. So I'm just kind of going through the different things in the kit, trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I like this pattern paper as the background, and I had been sorting my papers probably about 2 months ago, and I had pulled out a few of them that I really liked just the pattern of. And whenever I do filler pages, having a really nice basic patterned background, that's a great way to highlight that pattern. And so that's what I had pulled out a few of these papers for. Now, I don't exactly know where this paper is from though. It's a thinner paper, so I'm expecting that it's probably from like Michaels or something like that, or maybe a paper pad. It's a little bit thinner. It's not exactly the thickest. Now it's not the thinnest either, so it probably is not like from one of those giant Michaels paper pads. Those seem to be extremely thin. It's not one of those, but I do suspect, as I said, that it's from something like that. It is from a paper pad though, because I believe I had a perforated edge on it whenever I cut it apart to begin with. So I'm just kind of looking through, and I'm going to end up settling on things like grays and blacks, kind of charcoal looks, and then of course pink. I'm going to use pink in a couple different places on this layout. I like to kind of familiarize myself with the kit if I haven't worked with it in a while. And this one was done before the video I posted yesterday, so that was kind of my way of familiarizing myself with it. I really like these Amy Tangerine alphas, and I've been trying to figure out different ways to use them because I have just a few things left. I don't have very much left, but I want to try to use as much as possible. So I'm going to figure out my title pretty much at the very beginning, and it's going to be year 15, so it's like YR 15. And after the video is over, I end up adding a little apostrophe in front of the 1 for the 15 for 2015, but you won't see it on camera. You will see it in the still shots at the end though. I'm using this glassine bag from the kit to kind of create a little bit of a base down here at the bottom. I like the effect that the glassine bag gives because it's really just kind of adds. It doesn't take away from the background paper. It just kind of adds to it. And you can see my adhesive here right now, but that's okay because I'm going to end up using that 3x4 card that I had cut apart earlier and set on the side right there on the right side of the screen. You can see all the different little bits and pieces that I pulled out from my stash kit as I was flipping through everything, trying to decide what I wanted to use. And so this is what I'm kind of pulling from. I find that when I have a really large kit like I do, like the stash kit's actually giant. So when I have a large kit like that, I find it a little bit easier to kind of go through and whittle it down to a smaller stack of supplies that I could potentially use. I put that flare badge there that says routine. It's gray and white and it says routine, and that will go there, but it's not going to be adhered until I actually put it in the final page protector. So you're not going to see me adhere it here, but it will be adhered when it goes into my album, obviously. Cutting apart these two arrows, there was a pink one and there was a gray one, and so it kind of fit right along with the color scheme. And I'm going to do a little bit of stamping inside those arrows. I like to kind of just try different things on these filler pages. It's just fun. Why not? It's something to do. And so I had these chipboard pieces. One said he said, and one said she said. So I'm going to use those, and then it's to kind of play along the whole idea, the fact that Project Life and these scrapbooking albums document our lives. You know, it's different things that we did, different things that we said, different things that we experienced. And so I had those, and they just seem fitting to me, so I'm going to include them. I also had that circle sticker at the top that says hello, and I'm going to use that up there with that little chipboard piece that it's like a circle and has a little doodled flower in it. There's no relevance to that other than I just kind of like it, and it also was another way to include a bit of chipboard. I try to do things in threes on my layout. It doesn't always work, but I do try it. So like I have the hello sticker up there that's a circle, and then the chipboard sticker up there that's a circle, and then I have the routine flare badge at the bottom. Now I'm going to end up adding another small sticker, another small piece of chipboard, which is a circle, as you just saw at the bottom. It just happened to be what was on my desk, and so was this pink tab. That's just sitting on the corner of my desk. It was given to me in like a pocket letter, and so I'm repurposing some of those things and including them, but I didn't need the sentiment suite, so I'm just going to cover that up with the hello, but I do like that pink grid tab right there. I like having a stack of things on my desk. You cannot see it, but off to the right of my desk I have a little paper box that I had made using, there was a tutorial that Arit had done a while ago, and I just I made a little paper box, and I keep a lot of random little embellishments or paper cuts in there that I had were left over from different things, and I try to pull from there whenever possible. And then I have a little stack of things on the side of my desk. I try to keep my little stack of things to a minimum, just so it's not so overwhelming, but it is kind of nice when you can pull something out of there and use it. So this layout is fairly simple. It's not going to take me long to do. After I get, the stamping on the pink arrow, it says what's next, and then it says she said go for it. So I'll get those adhered down as well. It's fairly simple, but I just kind of like the decorativeness of it. I like the fact that it's a little bit more playful. It kind of prepares you for the scrapbook album. It's not very busy. It's just kind of an introduction. And then it says year 15. So whether this is the beginning of the first album or the beginning of the second album, which usually starts around June, July, or August, it'll still be a nice thing to include in my scrapbook albums, and I really just like doing these type of things. But that's why it's a bonus video. It's very simple, very short, no photos, no special techniques or anything like that, but I did want to share it because I just enjoy doing it. And the very last thing I'm going to do is add some of these black rhinestones, and then that's it. Check out the still shots at the end if you would like, and stay tuned because I'll have some more videos up for you next week. All right guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.